And today, wow, we're diving into a paper that really attempts to answer some of the biggest questions about the unseen cosmos. The work I'm presenting is by S.C. Sayles, and it's called The Satanic Rebellion and the Heavenly Realms. Alright, so what core question is Sayles wrestling with here? At its heart, this paper wants to know, why did Satan rebel? Who exactly is Lucifer? When did Lucifer become Satan? And, maybe most mind-bending of all, when did Satan lose his place in heaven? Also, what even is heaven, and is there more than one? Those are, well, some seriously burning questions. For many people, these aren't just theological abstractions. These are questions about good and evil, justice, cosmic order, maybe even personal purpose, depending on your orientation. What's fascinating about Sayles' approach is how he weaves together biblical passages, classical interpretations, and analogies from physics and philosophy. There's a lot of material here, and Sayles is not shy about diving into both spiritual and scientific metaphors. At one point, we get this whole flat verse comparison, where our universe is imagined like a two-dimensional flatland, and higher dimensional beings, angels, demons, that whole cast, are like 3D intelligences who can pop in and out of our realm at will. Really makes you wonder if you've ever read Edwin Abbott or thought about Carl Sagan. Now, breaking down the argument, Sayles begins by mapping the biblical narrative. He highlights scriptural moments where evil didn't yet exist, stresses the original perfection of Lucifer, who is presented as the anointed cherub with an exalted place near God's throne, and then details the rebellion that came out of pride. Specifically, according to Sayles and the Theologians he quotes, the crucial catalyst was God's plan to have all angels, including Lucifer, bow to Jesus Christ, a human. Lucifer, with all his splendor and beauty, couldn't bear that idea. Pride, jealousy, and, well, a bruised cosmic ego. Sayles draws on passages in Isaiah and Ezekiel to suggest that Lucifer corrupted his wisdom due to pride, rebelled, and drew a third of the angels with him, creating this rift or war in heaven. Sayles notes that the angels who did not fall managed to stand fast only by the grace of God, an argument which he suggests underlines the mysterious place of humility even among celestial beings. So, when did Satan lose his spot in heaven? According to Sayles' interpretation, and lots of referenced verses from Revelation, it's not immediate after the rebellion. He argues that Satan kept access to the heavenly throne, acting as the accuser, until, well, the death and resurrection of Jesus, which cleansed heaven. That's a pretty big claim, and Sayles leans on the idea that Christ's sacrifice was pivotal, both on earth and in the heavenly realms. Sayles spends a lot of effort connecting this ancient multi-layered heaven model to modern ideas of dimensions and perception. He compares human spiritual blindness to being flat in flatland, unable to see the bigger realm, and suggests that true spiritual life, or access to these deeper realms, requires some kind of, let's say, quickening, an awakening initiated from beyond us. It's not just about cosmology, though. Sayles gets practical, urging readers to reflect on what it means to be spiritually dead versus spiritually alive, to think about life, death, and personal existence both as intellectual exercises and as experiential realities. For those who are, say, more metaphysically minded, there are a lot of analogies about what it means to know something just intellectually versus actually experimentally, as in really tasting the truth. So, what does this mean for you, the listener? Maybe you're skeptical and just want to know how people frame these mysteries. Maybe you're searching for a deeper understanding yourself. Either way, Sayles invites you to examine not just what you believe, but why you believe, and how your assumptions shape your view of ultimate reality.